Hello everyone, welcome to this community update from Vue Storefront. We are happy to have this once again. I know it's been a while, but there has been a lot going on. You will see, I will summarize for you very quick what we are going to talk about today. We are going to announce a new member of our community team. We are going to talk about PrestaShop, WooCommerce, Vendure integrations, and a couple of other community integrations. Then we will share some plans with you about the community, what we are up to next. And at the end, we are all going to hang out here to accept questions from you guys, and so we can answer them. All right, so let's welcome Aether to the stage. Hello, Aether.
Hello,
How are you
everyone.
doing?
How are you guys doing?
Yes, Aether is the head of open source at Vue Storefront, and he has some exciting news about a new team member of us. Can you tell us more about that, Aether?
Yeah, we have an awesome team member that joined Vue Storefront and is part of the company. And it's awesome to hear that we have a new challenger on this whole. I want to introduce you to the new VP of Community Growth, Peter van der Voort. Peter is our new VP of Community Growth. He's an amazing guy. He like if you think like community just for people who want to grow make a better perspective of a community. I'm sure that you're right because Peter is the right guy to do it. Peter worked in the past with Atlassian, with Mongo. He provided a lot for their community, and he's here to help us and develop our community. And what I can say about Peter that he's a proud dad of 4 children, 4 amazing boys, and he is a board game geek. As most of us, have, they are geeks, he is also a geek as well. And as I said, he is to build our community strategy, to build our community and help us grow even better and more each day. So we have an amazing community around Vue Storefront. So I want to welcome Peter to our team. I want to welcome Peter to our community and make sure that he felt welcome by our community as well. And if you want to talk to Peter, he always available in our Discord, or you can talk directly to him under the LinkedIn, email, or Twitter. And I'm sure that he will answer your questions, he will answer your insights, and he's very open-minded for all the feedbacks, ideas, and projects that community has for us. So it's amazing to have him with our team and leading our team for better growth in the future.
All right, thank you, Aether.
Thank you so much.
Yes, I'm also excited to have Peter on board. So far, he's been a delight to work with. So if anyone in the community is interested in talking to him, just reach out. He's a super chill guy, and he will probably tell you one thing or another about board games, as Aether mentioned. All right, so for the next, we are up with, is this correct? Yes, with WooCommerce, we have Chris Lemmer here. He is the hold on. Yeah, he is the CEO of Swiftcom. It's the company that is developing the WooCommerce integration. This integration has been worked on before, and Swiftcom is picking it up again. So take it away, Chris. Tell us a little bit more about the WooCommerce integration you're working on.
Cool, thank you. Yes. So basically at Swiftcom, just to quickly introduce the company, we're a South African-based headless e-commerce development company. So we focus on taking WooCommerce backends and sites and then building headless frontends. We used to do this with Gatsby.js and our own frontend template, and then we discovered Vue Storefront and all the integrations around that, as well as the community growth and wanting to use this as a catalyst for achieving the same kind of stuff, but then obviously using Vue Storefront as a framework. So at the moment, just to quickly introduce the team. So it's myself, I'm the CEO of Swiftcom, and I drive the project from our end. Then we've got Abel and Stefan working on the project as well. Abel is a software engineer. Stefan is also a software engineer, and they're focusing on building the integrations as well as the DevOps stuff that has to be done around all of that stuff. So just to quickly speak about how the integration works, we have written a WooCommerce plugin for Vue Storefront that exposes the data in the way that Vue Storefront's front end and Nux middleware is expecting the data. So instead of using the WooCommerce stock standard API that's available out of the box, we have written a plugin that essentially internally ingests that API and then builds an API that we can control. And the reason for this is to give developers control over how the data looks on the front end. So if they want to manipulate the data within WooCommerce before it hits Vue Storefront, that's possible, but also to conform to the Vue Storefront data structure, factories, and facets. It's much easier for us to use that plugin that we're building at the moment. So the integration is currently in very early stages. We have a first version of the site working. So basically what it does is it pulls the products from the WooCommerce backend, builds a Vue Storefront front end that can load more products, and you can open a product and see its details. And at this stage, we're working on building a completed shop page from WooCommerce. So essentially what that will do is it will ingest all the filters and attributes and variations and categories from WooCommerce, generate every category page with its filters dynamically, and it will also allow you to load more products. And yeah, so at the moment, the first integration was built using GraphQL. We're not using GraphQL at this stage. We're conforming or using the same standard where if you land on the page, the server basically does the query to the backend for the products and then returns the products. We've written the API plugin and using Redis caching, so it's extremely fast, even for thousands of products. This will work very, very quickly. And what the front end will do is it will essentially pass parameters to our API. The API will just return the products, and that's the way the filters will work, and obviously just show 20 or 30 products per page. So at this stage, the goal is to get that first version working and also publish that open source WooCommerce plugin. And what will then happen is you can actually go and install that plugin on any WooCommerce backend, and you'll then be able to spin up a Vue Storefront front end, connect it to that plugin using an API key and URL in your environment variables, and you'll have a headless Vue Storefront front end that's able to ingest the WooCommerce API completely. The next steps would be to start working on the cart and checkout and payment methods. The idea is to essentially ingest WooCommerce entirely, everything that it has to offer out of the box, and we'll be working towards that goal in the coming weeks and months. And yeah, but at this stage, we're making great progress and excited to be showing the community more of this integration.
All right. Thank you, Chris. This has been a nice insight, and I'm looking really forward to what's coming to Vue Storefront regarding to WooCommerce. I'm looking forward to the integration. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks.
All right. Next, we have our very own Christoph Andrzejewski from Vue Storefront. He is the creator of the Vendure integration. Welcome, Jacob. How are you doing?
Yeah, quite good, thanks. Excited to share some news from since our last community meeting in terms of Vendure. So yeah, there has been a lot of things that were going on. Okay, if you could pass to the next slide. Yeah, exactly. So Vendure is being used in production, and it is a really interesting news for us to hear because this integration was developed for some time already, and it was released as a production-ready version. And so basically seeing that it is used in production, it makes both me and Michael for sure joy that it's used in production and it can be it can be used in many other projects as well. So since our last community update, the first production website that is going fully production with Vendure is SkyDeals. And SkyDeals is a marketplace for brands related to flights. So basically for passengers doing flights to entertain them with shopping offers and brand content. So since the last community update, it was we had 2 releases, 1.1.0, which bring us the search bar functionality, local and currency extensions as well as some small bug fixes. And in the most recent release, the 1.2.0, we have the fetch products on homepage, order refactor, sorry, and several smart bug fixes, because right now we are focusing more on stability of the integration, so that we are fixing many issues, many bugs, so that the integration is becoming much more stable. But what's next? It's not that we are just fixing bugs. We have some plans. So right now there is a pull request with the Stripe integration. So we have already some documentation and as well as the branch that you can check out if you want to integrate Vendure, Vue Storefront, and Storyblok. So the next step for us is to also allow for third-party payment gateways. So we decided to go with Stripe, as Vendure supports Stripe, and there are also many solutions for integrating front-end, especially Vue.js-based front-end with Stripe. So we have this documentation page already as a pull request thanks to Julian. I hope that I pronounced it correctly. If not, please make sure to send me a right pronunciation. So he created it. I'm currently reviewing it and will probably be released in the 1.3.0 version. But that's not it. That's not the end. We also have another thing upcoming in terms of the documentation and the examples, which will be the example of the multi-store. And it will also be a work of a contributor, but not contributor necessarily related to Vue Storefront and Vendure integration, but the Vendure itself. But it will be in the upcoming weeks for sure. And that's basically it for my site.
Thank you very much, Jacob. I'm impressed by the progress you're making with the Vendure integration. Also, hi to the Vendure team. I think someone from Vendure said hi in the comments, so hi. Hi to the Vendure team. All right, so next up we have Barry. Hold on. Yep. We have Sam Barry from Bin Shops. He's going to talk about PrestaShop. How are you doing, Sam?
Yeah. Sorry for the delay in my internet connection.
It's not an issue. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. And now everything is good? Can you hear me? Very good?
Yep. Yes, we can
Okay.
hear you perfectly. Great.
Okay, let's jump in. Okay. Personally, I'm very happy that we're announcing the initial release of this integration. I hope we can make an incremental progress, even small, to the e-commerce tech, especially in PrestaShop space. Let's take a look at the reason behind why Vue Storefront is suitable for PrestaShop. PrestaShop uses, actually PrestaShop developers uses Smarty templating engine, which makes the mobile experience limited to just responsive designs. So we highly need to add interactivity to PrestaShop pages. Actually, we need a PWA, a headless PWA that supports SSR could be a reliable solution to this limitation, because SSR in e-commerce SEO is a key factor. So you can find Vue Storefront technology a great and reliable front solution. And the key point is that the Vue Storefront core team is specifically dedicated to front-end solutions for e-commerce shops. But any headless solution needs an API. Yeah, PrestaShop comes with the web services API by default. But it's not a good option for front-end applications. So I created an API for front applications. These front APIs was initially available through a paid module, but after our integration with Vue Storefront, we decided to make it open source. And the goal was to help the PrestaShop ecosystem and the community grow more. We believe PrestaShop and Vue Storefront can go hand in hand to make a standard, a headless solution for any e-commerce shop. That's why we made the API and the integration completely open source. Anyway, the API is available in GitHub. It covers the most important PrestaShop business logics. There's also a Postman documentation. You can check all of the endpoints there in the Postman documentation. Okay, what's included in initial release? Let us what we have here. In the initial release, we have fundamental and exciting features. Nearly the most of necessary features in PrestaShop have been covered. Here you can see a complete list of the features: authentication, the catalog, product detail and product combinations, product search and filtering, cart management, basket management, checkout steps, including addition of and deletion of addresses, selecting delivery options and payment options, and account management. Some of them come from native PrestaShop modules like search and faceted search functionalities. So you need to have native faceted search module installed. And for now, that is all for the initial release. You can check more details on GitHub repository. At this stage, we would like to introduce this technology to more people, to more shop owners and developers. Hear their great ideas and incorporate their feedback into the next versions, which will make this integration more useful and more profitable for e-commerce stores. This will enable us to add new features or modify the existing ones to provide more efficient integration. And it's related to next slide, please. Yeah. And we are going to prepare a guideline for contributions and pull requests to better maintain the integration. For example, in some cases, we find when we find an issue, we need to fix it on other repositories other than the integration itself. I will explain it in the guideline in more detail. And next. At the end, if you want to start coding with Vue Storefront, I've already created a step-by-step tutorial that you can follow it. And I've explained how Vue Storefront works technically in code through implementing a simple feature. Also, if you need any help, you can contact me with email or contact me on Twitter and LinkedIn, or you can join into the Vue Storefront Discord channel. I'm available most of the time, and I can answer your questions about the integration. I would be happy to see you as one of the contributors. Please contact me if you're interested through one of the channels. That's all. Thank you, guys.
Thanks a lot, Sam. You also have been doing a lot of progress here. I'm really looking forward to what's coming next. All right.
Thank you.
All right, so next up we have again Aitor. He's going to talk a little bit about new community integrations. Where's he, Aitor?
Hello once again, everybody. So it's amazing to have community being part of the developer of Vue Storefront. And it's also amazing when other communities, other ecosystems joins with Vue Storefront to create new integrations. So we are going to talk about two new integrations that are being developed by our community, Shopizer and Moki. If those are two different applications, and if you don't know them, it's good to start learning about new projects. Both are developed in Java, and they've they work with different conditions. For example, Shopizer is a completely headless open source platform made in Java, and it's amazing to see that their community is taking part of development of a new integration by themselves. So we have Shopizer and another company called CSTI Consulting developing the integration for Shopizer, totally open source. And we have Moki, which is also a Groovy and Java framework that helps developer create applications and stores. And that integration, it's where we have most of the community members join, because we have the Integra Enterprise, Gorilla Systems, and Moki working together to bring that integrations to life. And right now, if you check in our Discord, you're gonna see there's two new channels that's been active for quite some time, both for Shopizer and Moki. And the developers are there to help you guys, guide you on the contribution if you want to be part of this development and want to be part that future for Vue Storefront. And it's amazing to have it, the communities being part of our community development. And I want to thank you everybody from both communities to on behalf of Vue Storefront on the project they're creating. It will be amazing to see them here and launching the final integration as a production ready. And I want you guys to have one more thing before we go. And this is a lot of news and plans for the future. Vue Storefront is like taking all the community efforts, all the company efforts and size it towards the community. So we'll have an integration that will become product ready very, very soon. Hopefully we can have it announced next month, and it will be amazing to announce this integration for all you guys, our community. We are developing a new portal dedicated only to developers, focus on developers, to help you understand more about Vue Storefront, to help you understand more about the Vue Storefront development. A lot of new education materials and videos. A lot of videos is being developed. So we listen to you guys. We listen to your requests on Discord, on the internet, and we are providing a lot of new educational materials, a dedicated portal to create a hub for education so you can use and understand Vue Storefront in a better way. It's amazing to see what you're preparing, and hopefully here you can see live all this news running to you. So that's it for my part from today, and we welcome Mark once again to the stage.
Yes, thank you, Aether, once again. So yeah, now we have a Q&A time. So anyone in the comments can write their questions and we will all come on stage. I will bring up Jacob and Chris and Sam. Okay, I think Sam has currently some problems with the internet connection, but he will come in a minute. But you can ask your questions and the one that's concerned will answer it. So are there any questions? I can see that someone is already excited for the Vendure app, Enrique Lopez. I share your enthusiasm. Maybe you should get in contact with Jacob. Maybe he can tell you some more about it and maybe help you get your demo started.
For you guys who want to know more about the PrestaShop integration, we have a new blog post fully dedicated on the PrestaShop integration, so you can read more about it and check this integration by yourself.
Thank you.
All right. Are there any? We have 18. Oh, we have someone.
Yeah,
John
John,
is asking. Oh, yeah. Go ahead, Ater. Sorry.
we have support for Magento. We have an integration that is currently in beta stage, and today they release an RC7, and they have a new release with a lot of new features, a lot of new stuff, and it's amazing to see that new release. So if you want to check more about the integration for Magento, you can enter on the integration specific documentation. I will post the link here for you and have it all the information that you need for Magento.
There's a WooCommerce question coming through there. What's the realistic time frame for a fully working integration? I think we're currently planning for 6 months. That would be basically everything from start to finish. So you'll have the cart, checkout, payment methods. We'll probably only go live with 1 or 2 payment methods. Every new payment method that has to be added will require integration. But yeah, the base level will be available hopefully within the next 6 months. And I believe as we start publishing this stuff, since we have written quite a few headless integrations before, I'm pretty confident the stuff we'll output will be usable already. So yeah, but I think the important things is cart, shipping, checkout, products, filters, and we're working on those first. Maybe, features like coupons and those things won't go live immediately, but I think to have at least a version of everything live, we're currently looking at a 6-month time frame. It's a pleasure.
All right. Thank you, Chris. We have another question from John towards the Magento Ater. If it's better to start with the Magento, let's say the develop branch, or with Vue Storefront 1, what do you think?
We would recommend going with the beta one because Vue Storefront 1 is only secured maintained. There's no active maintenance on the Vue Storefront 1 anymore. And as the project is getting well polished, the final difference between the beta and the production ready will be so little that won't interfere in a project. So I think it's best for you to start with the beta version rather than go with the Storefront 1.
Perfect. Yeah, because I think they are not that far from releasing it. So at least from the stand of the code base, I think it will not be that different. So it might be worth checking out the beta. Cool. Are there any more questions? There are still 15 people watching the video. So
Have a new one.
We have a question from Conrad about new developer-oriented portal and resources. When can we help? When can we expect that? I think Ater is the perfect person to answer this.
We are trying to have it at MVP ready by the end of July with some content, some guidance, some hub. And by the end of the year, we want to have a whole new complete portal with a lot of new features, a lot of new materials for you guys. It takes time to create the educational material, create videos, and we are doing our best to have it ready for you. And by the meantime, our dev blog, it's receiving a lot of new posts every day that like each week you have 1 or 2 posts being posted there to help developers. We have our Discord community, which will help you on all of your questions. So if you have any questions, please join us on Discord. We have some core members there to help. We have the community to help. And it's right now, you don't need like you're missing any kind of help because as we know that developer portal will take until July, all the questions on Discord, on Stack Overflow, on our GitHub issues or GitHub discussions are being readily answered, so we can help you guys anytime you need.
Awesome. All right. Are there any more questions? We are at a crisp 30-minute mark. If there aren't any more questions for the moment, I would say just before we go, is anyone in the audience going to attend Vue.js Amsterdam? Because quite a few people from the team will be there. Our CTO, Philip, will be there, Aitor will be there, and I will be there as well, probably also others. So if you are there and you're interested in talking to us, just write us and maybe we can meet up and talk about some headless commerce.
Yeah, meet us, and also we have some amazing swags to give to you if you meet us on Vue.js Amsterdam.
All right, I think that's it. I don't see any more questions coming in. What do you think, Aitor? Can we close down the session?
Yeah, I think we can close down, and thank you everybody for participating. Thank you everybody for being present. On my side, thank you so much, everybody.
Yeah, thanks everyone for coming. Thanks also the audience for tuning in. It's been great having you here. And see you in the next update that hopefully isn't going to take that long to come. So see you there, everyone. Bye-bye.